Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Hello and welcome to the Late Apex here from the Apex Racing TV esports studio. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson, and today we're going to be talking about lots of stuff in the world of sim racing, including Steam's racing fest, lots of discounts on many racing games at the moment. We're going to be talking about the NASCAR 25 release date, Automobilista 2's new DLC, a big update coming for that game. Le Mans Ultimates, their newest patch since their full release a couple of weeks ago. The ACC wheel bug issue, which is currently plaguing a lot of drivers, and also a opportunity to become a factory driver in Project Motor Racing. I, once again, am Sam Fitzpatrick. I've said that twice now, but, you know, it never gets old.
You still are.
How are you, David Sampson?
I am David Sampson. I nearly said you. That would have been awkward. No, I'm good. It's warm. I'm happy. Lots to talk about, even though it felt like the end of the podcast, right? Every game's finalising. They're all 1.0 in. It's getting
Well, wait till we get to the fall.
True.
Because we've got a lot of games coming.
But they're all growing up, you know. Where's all the financial crisis and arguing?
We need some more startups, which are a mess.
Correct. Early access.
Yeah.
100%.
What's the Last Garage? That's sort of early, but that seems quite humble at the moment. They're not really shooting for the stars yet. They're sort of.
I think they're shooting for 10.
Yeah, they're sort of, adding sort of Welsh circuits, and that's about it at the moment. Let's talk about. Well, seeing that we sort of briefly talked about it before, NASCAR 25, talking of full releases, we got another one. And I guess this one was sort of anticipated when it comes to NASCAR 25. Obviously, you'd want to have the 2025 game come out in 2025, and it looks like it will, which, considering that this is the first one developed by Monster Games, who are part of iRacing, and maybe even Monster Games. Maybe that will be known as iRacing Studios before too long, potentially as well, with that new branding. We have got a release date, the 14th of October. Now, that is for consoles. All we've got is a soon, a classic iRacing soon, when it comes to the PC date. But yeah, that joins now Project Motor Racing and AC Evo as, and I guess Le Mans Ultimate to, well, I guess Le Mans Ultimate's already out and we're not sure when the console release is going to come out. But certainly those first two that I mentioned before, joining them as September, October releases.
Yep. I mean, while you was chatting, I just quickly checked. Yes, it is being released under the iRacing Studios moniker. And I quickly fired up YouTube. Maybe I could find a quick trailer while Sam's talking. I searched NASCAR 25 on YouTube. Do you know what I saw? Our handsome faces straight in my face. I know. That's it. If you want to know about the game,
Yeah.
Listen to the bit we're talking about.
That's literally right now. Like this
Yeah, if
episode
you
going on.
wave, the thumbnail changes.
Yeah. So, there's basically no footage of it. I think they have had a couple of like development blog type things where it's like, we're doing this thing and this is how we're integrating this. But in terms of actual in-game footage, it's very limited as it stands.
Yeah, because I think obviously iRacing, when it was their involvement was talked about, I heard things like tire model, physics. I didn't hear game engine, graphics, or whatever. So I think obviously it's still the console first development cycle. Yes, it's coming to PC, but I think iRacing were just there to, their wealth of experience with ovals. I mean, it's huge, right? They literally wrote the book on turning left.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Obviously, this is going to PlayStation 5, so Xbox S, XS, and Steam. No Epic. But noticing that a trend lately.
Sure, what games aren't going to.
Yeah, I almost wonder if Steam contacts you and is like, you want a % less, off the top? Where
Sure.
just don't go Epic. I don't know. I don't know what happens. If I was selling a game, I'd just want it on all the stores. So there's obviously something to it.
Yes, yeah, definitely something. So yeah, that's NASCAR 25. I'm glad that Paul in chat is excited about it as well.
I think I've mentioned this a few times about the game. The people that really played these games, like the people that bought them all, they're obviously upset right now. We have to remember they don't know under new management. Like if you go to a restaurant that you've been to a million times, then for 2 weeks in a row they're serving you the worst food in the universe, you just don't go back. They have to, the marketing they have to do to be like, look, it was crap.
Yeah.
We have all new management, everything's better. That's what this game's going to go through, because the last release under Motorsport Games is... God, we used to talk bad about them. Under their stewardship was awful. Poorly reviewed, refund more than it sold. And let's face it, this is just another number on the end.
Yeah.
No one knows. The kids who want this game, they're not sitting there discussing, oh, yes, have you seen it's moved from Motorsport Games to Monster iRacing Studios now? And no, they just see another number on the end. So this game really needs to hit hard immediately.
It sure does. And anyone who is a fan of NASCAR, keep an eye on ApexRacingLeague.com because there might be something when it comes to that. Would you race in that, you reckon?
I'd be terrible, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that's what I would look for more than anything, because let's face it, there's a lot of road users in iRacing, right? And we don't just want to rock up to an official. It feels so like these guys all know what they're doing. I would literally be on the guy on the radio, like, do we take fuel? Like,
yeah.
I know we're on a yellow. Guys, do I take box? Do I take tires?
This is 150 laps. Is that half an hour or 3 hours? Like, I'm not quite sure.
I have no clue. Yeah, I always mock it because I think, oh, it's just hug the line. But then I watch eNASCAR and I'm like, oh my god, like this looks insane. So yeah, a league would be a great. What's a lucky dog? I know what a lucky dog is.
Well, play your Monday evenings is all I'll say. Let's move on to the Steam Racing Fest. A lot of games currently have some pretty nice discounts right now.
Yeah, indeed. I saw LMU got themselves added to this list of games. Hopefully I've supplied the right link. But yeah, the Crew, Motorfest, ACC, iRacing, bike games. I mean, it's a good time to buy a racing game right now. I'm just seeing if there's anything actually I want. Oh, I never actually went for Wreckfest 2. I suppose now would be a good time. Of course, Evo was on there. F1 Manager, that would be the last one, right? They've abandoned them, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
If for some reason you don't own all the Need for Speed games, they're there as well. Automobilista 2, 50% off. Yeah, it's nice. It's our genre.
Yeah, particularly ACC quite often does very heavy discounts, but yeah, 75% off ACC is pretty nice. Albeit, obviously, a lot of these things you need to buy a lot of the content for. iRacing, yeah, £3.39 for 1 month. But then obviously you have to watch out because then it's like 5 times more for every month after that.
Spotting a good one. It's not on the homepage. I clicked on LMU. Their all-WEC full access bundle. You know, all DLCs 17% off. So 67 down to 55. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, you love to see it. I own everything, like a set of Corsa, ACC, Automobilista 1, Automobilista 2, R Factor 1, R Factor 2, all the DLCs, AC Evo, Wreckfest. I love Wreckfest though.
Yeah.
I bought the F1 Manager game, but I watched 2 YouTube videos and I was like, nah, I never played it.
Yeah, I think I got to the start menu for F1 Manager and thought, actually, I don't really want to do this. Thinking about it.
The
But,
TV's on. I will do that instead.
but yeah, do certainly check all that out on Steam. You were talking about lots of DLCs that you've got. Will you be getting the new DLCs for Automobilista 2, which have their July development update released? And we've got some new features, maybe potentially most interesting to people, I think, might be the introduction of the Aston Martin LMH.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a fan favorite for a reason. Fantastic car, no deployment nonsense to worry about. Just a big green V12. But yeah, they're Endurance Pack 3. So you got the Aston GT3 and the Aston G LMH, as you said. Look at that picture of the flames if you keep going down. Keep going down. Look at that.
Lovely.
I don't know. I like... Oh, and there's no overhaul to the Nürburgring and Nordschleife. I always say to sit in the cockpit of a sim titled, this is my favourite. Like I get it. Lots of iRacers are like, yeah, that one looks natural. When they see ACC, LMU, all the others are like, it looks cartoon. Even though it looks better, you always hear the argument, it looks a little cartoony. I love the look of AMS2. I think it looks really good, really stable. When you're driving, it doesn't feel like things are eating up your FPS. But I don't know. I don't know how well the LFM took off. They left it all a little late for me. They could have rode that LFM bubble, and I think they could have, gone toe to serve ACC because they picked up the IMSA license, LFM. I don't know. Like, it's almost like we've proven now a good recipe for PC console is the online competitive multiplayer.
Yeah.
Do it yourself. Like LMU had it day one, and look what it's become, an absolute monster. Recently overtook ACC. I know we've talked about it spiking above ACC, but now it's holding above ACC. Yeah. Automobilista 2 just missed a trick. I mean, we remember, I think we covered it a long time ago, the tweet from LFM when this was first being spoke about, and LFM contacted AMS and they sat down. The tweet from LFM was basically like, their server architecture, it almost like it ain't happening.
Yeah.
And then obviously it did, but yeah, it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
I was a bit confused by their Nürburgring update because I think what as far as I'm aware, they had like the original Nürburgring, which they did like ages ago, like I know, when did Automobilista 2 come out, like 8 years ago or something, and then they had that version, and then they did a classic version from like the 1970s, which they modeled, and now this new Nürburgring is actually the current Nürburgring. So it's not like a brand new thing to the game, but if you want like an accurate looking Nürburgring, now there is one. So,
but this game's like so different. There was a sprint race. I think it was a 15-minute sprint race at the Hockenheim. I was literally watching a stream when LFM dropped and I was busy. I was like, oh, I'm going to try this when I get home. Lap 1, the safety car comes out. There was an accident. I was like, what? It's like a 15-minute race. We don't need a safety car.
How long did the safety car stay?
I don't know. I turned off the stream.
How would your viewership go? I reckon on Twitch if you had full course cautions. Do you think you would drop 20%?
Probably.
And then come back and then drop 20%?
I'd fire up like chess on top or something. Do that.
Sure.
Yeah. I do that in NASCAR when there's a full course. I bring up a little chessboard. Play chess.
Or you could do like what they do on like TikTok when you have like games in the background. So you just press a button and then half your stream just becomes like some random mobile game. That's on. Keep people entertained that way.
100%. Yeah, I don't know what to say about Mr. 2. They have everything but the users, is sort of the argument. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic sim. It's just not my universe that I live in, the online multi-competitive blah, blah, blah. But for just driving experience and having fun in cars, it's fantastic. So yeah, it's good to see they're keeping up. I just want I want them all to see what LMU have done in such a short period of time with backlash and hate, and they've accomplished this. Mr. 2 doesn't have the backlash or hate. They have everything going for them. That's why this is the bit that feels like it's missing to me. Crossplay and fully integrated online multi-competitive racing with splits, driver rating, and a safety rating. Simple formula.
Yeah. And GT3s.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously.
I am just going to turn on the aircon because it's really warm.
Oh,
here.
thank
Like,
you.
A little bit of a behind the scenes. It's so warm.
Hello to Mark in chat. Hello to Paul. Hello to Dan. Welcome, everybody. To scoot back to what Sam said, well, no, I mean, we are going to run an ARL NASCAR league. Sam, what was you saying? No, I wasn't saying anything. No, yeah, I'm excited.
I think it'll be good fun. We have hosted a few in the past, but not for 3 years. We've hosted one, so I think it'll be
epic. Yeah. I assume you're targeting the late night though.
Well, it'll be like Europeans.
Oh,
yeah, so
well, Euro NASCAR is coming soon-ish, but that's road courses.
Yes, and that was considered that we could take some road courses from that, but I opted not to because currently on iRacing they've got Oschersleben.
Interlagos.
For Euro NASCAR, they don't have. It's just Oschersleben, Brands, Indy, I think, and Zolder, which are a bit circuits. I'd say for NASCAR.
Well, obviously we know what it's like to win at Zolder in a 23-hour both of us.
We're very good at those circuits.
We are.
So, yeah. Moving on to Le Mans Ultimates, the V1.01 patch. You've been driving plenty of LMU this week. How would you say? Of course, you mentioned when the V1 came out that there were frustratingly quite a few bugs. Has this resolved the majority of them?
Well, I just seem to have been very lucky from day one. I obviously I'm not blind to. I see the problems people are having, and I just don't have them. Touch wood. But yeah, I've been really enjoying myself. I got to finally experience the online championships, the paid element, the rental service. I paid like a yearly straight up fund, like 40.
Race control, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Got my first protest. I'd only done 2 online champ races, and I've picked up a protest.
Okay.
And I lost 15 champ points.
Do you think you were correctly penalised?
I think every one of my teammates blamed me. I don't think you would. Last chicane at Spa, okay?
Sure.
He's on the right, defending.
Yep.
I am not alongside. Under braking, I get fully alongside. We go right. My overlap does turn into about 1-2%. So we go in together, turn right. I'm not alongside. I'm 1-2% across. And he comes across to take the left. I pit maneuver him sideways. I accidentally push him all the way forward.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I went. And yeah.
I mean, genuinely, as long as you've described that the way that that happens, I would actually back you in that situation.
Told you.
I would be like, yeah, if you're alongside, you're alongside. What's the other car expecting to happen? You can't just disappear.
Wait, Thomas is saying at the apex, his entire car is behind. Yeah, I said
that's different.
I got it done under braking. I did mention that. At the point of braking, I am not even alongside.
Well,
but he's on the right.
The chicane.
Yeah, in a straight line.
Yeah.
As we go to brake, I am not alongside.
Yeah.
Under braking, I get completely alongside for the right-hander. And then he was on the right, obviously, so I'm on the left. We go across. I'm basically not alongside, clip 1 or 2% as he turns to take it.
Sure.
So, yeah, see, Sam loves me.
Yeah, I'll be a lawyer.
But no, I've been really enjoying it. I haven't had many of the bugs. And on a special note, another patch just dropped like moments ago on top of this one, but it's really just addressing this weekend's first team race test at Qatar. So there's just been some changes. They put up a guide on what to do, on how to swap driver. But yeah, this bug release, just, again, you love to see it because they're just patching. There's a few annoyances I have with, like, how servers tick over. But yeah, I mean, they're fixing things. But yeah, the patch list there's nothing groundbreaking in that one. I just thought we'd mention it, like, since the 1.0, if they were going to be cruising, they're not. I made my thoughts clear. I felt like 1.0 was just another patch, though. I didn't feel like, oh, this was an accumulation of the big patches or a massive push towards stabilization or something. It was just another patch. They just had a date to hit. But I said, I'll forgive them as long as they keep punching in these patches. And yeah, a bunch of fixes. And I say, since we started the show, there has been another one.
Sure.
So been 2 patches since 1.0. Well, I know the other one's a hot fix to the patch.
Right.
How
did you find Interlagos this week?
Oh, don't, Sam.
Close and reopen at the wrong times. David, you need to go the other way, mate.
That's Mark in chat talking, telling me.
Was that your first lap at Interlagos?
No.
Like that day?
No.
Hey?
But we had been racing a lot of Spa, and you go, right. And I was just chatting, and, you know.
Sure, fair enough. I don't believe I've ever done that myself.
That's also true.
Apparently it wasn't the first time David had done it.
No.
Okay. You went
I didn't go
Spa?
left at... Did I go left at Spa?
That's even crazy.
I'm going to delete my VODs.
Is Interlagos the only anti-clockwise circuit?
No, me and Lewis were chatting about this. Donington's left.
But Donington's not on LMU, though.
Well, yeah.
No, but I mean on LMU,
I don't
that's
know.
the only circuit that is anti-clockwise.
Cota's left.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Spa is right. I need to know the tracks. That's the problem. I can't remember what is just on LMU. But yeah, Cota's definitely a left. Right. No, wait. Cota's a left.
Yeah, Cota's to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Sebring.
No,
Sebring's a right.
I think Kota and Interlagos are the only anti-clockwise circuits.
Yeah. Oh, Sebring has the other pit lane.
But it's still the same way.
Yeah, but you've got to exit the garage going left.
Okay,
Yeah, because
sure,
that's
fair
it.
enough,
Sebring's really weird.
Yeah.
That's actually the hardest
away from the side.
Hardest corner on the track is that right-hander going back to actually join the main straight. Yeah, sorry, Dan was right in chat. Yeah, so it's an easy mistake to make.
Sure.
3 times. 3 times. Yeah. But I had a lot of fun. Like the racing's been brilliant. The contact model's been amazing. I can't complain. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. And as I say, I'm not blind to it. I see everyone's bugs and the problems they're having. I mean, I'm sugarcoating this. In my longest race I've ever done, I'd sign up to a proper silver race, hour 20, an ELMS race, obviously without the LMP3s. Me and Brian are... All right. Yeah. Anyway, we get a drive-through penny. Green, red. Both of us drive-through penny. Straight at the beginning.
Sure.
The only reason I didn't punch over in my monitor is it was an hour and 20 race. Yeah. But it was my own fault. It's just... I mean, me and Brian were in the wrong, but it's just sometimes the quirk of the system is a bit annoying. It wants you to keep like 100 foot back, and you're like, well, no, I'm entitled to be there. But live and learn.
Sure. Moving on to ACC, and a bit of an issue. They released a patch for Xbox and PlayStation, I think, this past week, which added the 2024
liveries, drivers.
Liveries, and drivers. And it seems like it's just broken the game. So various steering wheels, including Thrustmaster, Logitech, and Fanatec, have all stopped working, basically. And
wheels are going mental, shaking, locking, buttons aren't working.
I don't think there's a fix yet. I don't think they've actually resolved it yet.
Last time I heard they're investigating and they're sorry. But yeah, all they added was liveries, driver names, stuff like that for the Xbox, and people were like, oh, that's cool, and now no one can drive.
Yeah.
People's wheels will lock in and smashing against the limiter. People's buttons aren't working. It does seem to be, I think, only Xbox users that are experiencing it.
Yeah, there was a mention of because obviously it's ported across, that's why it's sort of been so delayed. But there's a company who managed that for them, and maybe it's a mistake that they've made or what, but yeah.
Well, the mistake is the testing procedure. Like you can,
Sure.
in development cycles, we always make mistakes. No code is just perfect. So whoever is in charge of testing, it's their fault, 100%. Plug it in the damn Xbox. That's the bit you didn't do. You didn't test Xbox, did you? Well, no, because it worked on PlayStation, and I can't bother to plug the Xbox in. Probably going to work. I only changed deliveries. So yeah, that's I mean, ACC. This is the last thing they need because everything's on the slight decline. Obviously, the numbers are still strong, but I suppose like why we're saying ACC's bad, but LMU's good when they're so close. It's that LMU's trajectory is this, and ACC's trajectory is a slow decline.
I struggle to judge today how popular ACC is on console. I'm so like out of the loop, but like because the game is so different to PC, I just think of it almost as an all PC game. But I think it does. I mean, yeah. Do you know if there's more console ACC players than PC?
I think LFM was the big saviour to ACC, and that ain't there.
Yeah,
console don't have. I think at best they have open lobbies, I think, but even that, there's no crossplay. You can't rock up to an LFM race. You can't be doing half a season on your PC and finish a race in the console. You can't enter any decent things. I think SimGrid enacted some type of thing that works on console, but I think it's a paid thing, like straight from the off. And that's just not the console world. In console, you just don't randomly go to another website and send people money. Yeah. It's a built-in thing, you know. But who knows? I don't know. We don't know console numbers. I don't hear great things, though. Like, a set of quarters console, I don't hear good things.
No. Moving on to Project Motor Racing. There is an opportunity to become a factory driver because their factory driver program is open. They hinted at this just a few days ago, but now they're actually taking applications. And one of the big things that they're sort of trying to make clear on this is that they're not just inviting pro drivers, but they're inviting all drivers. So it doesn't matter what your skill level is. They want to get opinions from everyone. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about people with half your iRacing? How do you feel about people like me?
Yeah, I know. I was worried about. Yeah, exactly. People like you
being like, nah, you know what? I think it's a bit too, you know,
honestly,
slip angle. You know.
Honestly, I think this is the hardest thing in having a sim racing title. You can't just listen to the pros. You can't just listen to the really good drivers. And sometimes you have to listen to the more casual.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, casual's not necessarily... Casual can be good.
No, Sam's a brilliant driver. Let's stop being stupid. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the right answer. For a sim to work, the beginners have to be able to enjoy it. That's Pat. They have to be able to enjoy it. The pros have to be able to feel out the limit of the car. And somewhere in between needs to be perform. I'm not sure. I've never known the answer to this because you see the iRacing forums and I read them. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what are you talking about? But then again, what the pros describe, I sometimes don't sense either. So very difficult. It's best just to listen, test, and see if you can please all. But I also like. I know a lot of the pro drivers in question, but I also still don't weight their opinion higher than other people either. Like, again, it's great that you drive the car real life, but that doesn't mean that you can articulate how force feedback relates to the feeling you have in real life through the seat of your pants. Like, and, you know, like, how good are you on the sim? How good are you in real life?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Are you in a dentistry program?
Sure.
You know, and that's great. No, yes, you are an IRL driver, but, you know, are you a 2K IRL driver?
Yeah.
And how good are you at the sim? So, but again, I still think their points are obviously super important. Lots of things like the feeling of the brake and traction control, of course, they can help a load on because they experience it every day. But no, I've never known the right answer. I do know that there is no one group that is right. The IRLs, the pros, the mids, the SAMs, like none of those. There's not one group that's right.
Sure. Can we rename the SAMs to the two-time Indy 500 winners, you know, and BSR Radical Winter Series winners?
Jimmy Broadbent 23-hour winner.
Jimmy Broadbent 23-hour winners, you know. There's a lot of different names you could assign that, you know?
Yeah.
Not just Sam.
Sams. No, I think it's really difficult. So the best way to have a program like this is just that you're listening and you take their opinions on board. Because I don't know. We've got a video of this factory driver program.
Yes.
Once we get through all the YouTube adverts. Dun, dun, dun. I haven't actually watched it yet, so this will be my live reactions. But their video stuff's
We've
been
all
good up
racing
to
a
now.
long time together. Built a lot of memories along the way and won friends and rivals too.
It's the stick talking.
But the old ways, they're gone. The rules, they've changed. Now it's not about us making this for you. It's about all of us together, building new memories, new rivalries.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
GT3s.
There'll be a lister by the end of this video. Zolda, of course.
Because races aren't won when the lights go out. They're won in the factory and on the test track, when the world is asleep and no one's watching.
I mean, it looks good.
I'm Ben Collins. Join me on the
This
Factory
is
Driver
sick.
program
Yeah.
for Project Motor Racing, and let's build this new chapter together.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Because from what I have heard, the early access is at Farmland or wherever they were, was the force feedback was a bit disconnected, like traction control, like curbs weren't great. Let's see. Because when he sat down with the guys, like, so like your first release, is this iterative? Are you still working on it? Have you open to opinion? And the guy was almost like, I just sensed for a half a split second, it was like, no, we're all done. Like, this is it. It's finished. So, don't like it, don't like it. Well, I don't know. I'm excited. It does look good. Everything they're showing me looks good, but I mean, the best looking trailers were always Rennsport, so that does not work.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if it works. I'm a bit skeptical.
Because
of
they've
asking
achieved
people
so
like me.
much, haven't they? They've got the cars, the tracks, the licenses, triples, VR,
Console release.
console release on the same day. They've planned out their DLCs. Like, it's almost too good. You had to have skipped something. And if it's FFB, then for me it's DOA, because that's the only bit that I feel, you know.
Sure.
I don't want a good-looking game. I want a game that works. Yeah, online multiplayer, that they just went.
Well, we don't know what they're.
We don't know if they'll be on
multiplayer,
release,
yeah.
but it is. He's talked
Certainly,
about it.
yeah, they've got high
Mm.
ambitions. So we'll move on to another console release, Gran Turismo 7. They have an update, and it's always fun looking at what cars they've added.
Yeah, these are some weird ones, mate. This is why it made the video. You wait till you see.
Oh, I've watched this.
Look at this,
Honda
man.
N1 RS, which is smaller than my car, which is rare. We've got a Nissan.
I like the Qashqai. Yeah.
And the Nismo.
Oh.
The Nismo.
I'd love a Nismo.
So if you want to drive them.
Yeah, they've added a few more world tracks to the, what's it called, Sophie AI system that adapts to your driving and all that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, good concept. Because obviously most sims, they call it AI, but this they're trying to actually bring AI where it learns from your driving and your performance. But I don't know. It was before the big GPT boom, so probably was just hype. Are you going to try any of these soon? Because what of the other non-iRacing sims have you tried?
Well, I
Factor
did
One.
try LMU
Yo,
when
you've-
it first came out, but I haven't tried it in a while since then. And then ACC, I drove a bit on. But yeah, probably LMU would be the one that I'd pursue next, I reckon. Get
Yeah.
back into that.
Yeah, ACC just never bit for me. But no, I'm definitely going to try project. I'm calling it PMR. I'm definitely going to try PMR, but I'm just worried I'll know before the first lap's finished.
Sure. I'm waiting till like if it's something, if it's like a Project Cars, no shade on Project Cars or anything, but if it's like a Project Cars, I just won't bother with it. Like if it's
Yeah.
not really pursuing that simulator side, then I think I just won't go for it. So and that's what I feel like it's going to be. It's going to be more fun and intuitive than realistic, I'd say. But
Yeah.
obviously that will sell well on console because, like I said before, there's not a whole lot of competition at the moment.
Yeah, they'll definitely be first for a complete package like this with crossplay.
Yeah.
And yeah, they come out of nowhere. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Very impressive.
Next up, just Apex Racing League news. I've already teased the NASCAR series, so keep tuned for that. Hopefully we'll be announcing that in like a week, perhaps.
Awesome.
So keep tuning that. We've got the Foxxtecca series coming up on next Tuesday, but that is like an American time zone series, so very late for us British people. But if you are American and you want to race some McLaren GT3s fixed setup, huge
Giga
prize
tracks?
pool. Yeah, good tracks. $4.5 grand prize pool. The highlights are going to be posted on All Def, which is a YouTube channel with like 4.5 million subscribers, so it's going to have a lot of exposure. And yeah, certainly the people behind it, Foxxtecca themselves, are very ambitious when it comes to that. So we're helping them organize it. We're broadcasting it on the channel. Well, not actually broadcasting it on our channel, but we're broadcasting it on their channel. So do check it out over on apexracingleague.com.
Yeah,
So,
it's going to be good. I mean, I was super interested. It's just so late.
Yeah, yeah. I think for Brits it's 1 in the morning qualifying
Yeah.
starts. So
I already have 2 of those a week, and I can't. Third, I'd die.
we had a couple of good it was a good round of Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy on Tuesday. It was a 2-race format. Race 1 was dry until the last lap, and it started to rain a little bit. Not that I think it would make any difference when it came to the grip at this point, but maybe it put Steinhoff off a little bit because he was very cautious at the final corner. So Young was able to get ahead, but the Mercedes had a little bit more grunt. And could it overtake before the line?
No, Merc.
It did not.
Ooh.
However, if we go across, it was so close that when we go to the actual results, he did pass him. There's a slight glitch on our live timing that if it goes below 1,000th of a second, I think sometimes the result can be called like a couple of meters too early before the checkered flag. And so Steinhoff did overtake him. And so, yeah.
Wow. So I've been racing that Yannick Steinhoff in a different league. He beat me in Sebring. I was leading for the majority of the race, and he got me after the pit phase. Yeah,
Sure.
he's really good driver.
Very good driver, yeah. Yeah, I think he's like 7K or something, and I think on the rise. Yeah. This is a common... Well, yeah. This is just a classic one. This was in the leads for one of our drivers in the Rickmotech series. And they made the Cardinals.
Aye. This is that Red Bull Ring?
Brands.
Oh, Brands, sorry. There was one of the first tracks to get that.
Yeah. I'm a bit concerned now for people because I think there's so much diversity now when it comes to tracks and iRacing. People are going to be more likely to fall for that stuff because you go to Brands Hatch so little now. And when you go to Brands Hatch,
yep,
there's a lot of newer drivers who have joined the sim in the last couple of years who just don't know that exists.
Yeah, there's definitely a few I'm always in my mind worried about. And there's always been a few quirks with qualifying as well. When you start the wrong side of the line, Summit Point into Lagos, where you're like...
And it starts your tick... Or
yeah,
it says that you got 1 lap to go.
Yeah, you abandon your first lap and you come back and it's like, well, you're done. You're like, wait.
Yeah.
So I'm always... You're right, quirks, they need normalizing. But it's difficult, right? It is difficult. But yeah, the entry lines... I wish they just adhered to it because then it would solve one of the biggest problems in major IMSA racing in iRacing is Watkins Glen. You should be all the way over to the right for that last corner and take it hugging the right. Whereas we don't. We go far left.
But it's better what we do, right? it's more
Yes,
safe
but
what we do.
No. It's very dangerous what we do.
Well,
Because
I
we're
know
too
that
slow to cross over. Where you always get a rear left tap.
Sure.
Puts you sideways into pits. It's very common. Don't get me wrong, the way it should be, I can't imagine how slow it is to brake like that and stay in the line.
Yeah.
I've never done it. But they should just normalise it. A white line, pit entry line should be adhered to. Because, yeah, is it Red Bull Ring? One of the most challenging ones. Because you come off that on-banking corner, and you're like, oh my God, like you barely make it.
Yeah.
And how many times have we seen like a 50, 49, 50%? Some people are okay, some people 40 seconds.
Got just a quick clip of some of the racing we had in Apex Racing League Endurance. Now the Volpe car. This is quite and a really nice start for his race here, and he's going to be overtake there at Deku.
Yeah, very nice.
That was from a couple of weeks ago. Of course, next round of that on Thursday. It's going to be Monza in the torrential rain.
When are we
it's
back?
Like apocalyptic.
Next week?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Next Friday is the next round, yep.
Looking forward to that. It was a great race last time.
It was. And of course, tonight we have the return of Apex Racing League Touring Cars.
It's my
been
favourite.
Like 7 weeks.
Yeah, insane. We had to do our picks and I had to remember who was racing.
Yeah. Who have you picked?
Buemi for Pro because it's Spa. I know he's like probably 3rd, 4th best TCR driver, but it's Spa. This man's done Spa 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 times. So I'm calling him. Although Moon obviously was.
That was my pick.
Yeah. Pro-Am. Yep. I hold on. His name. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, so I'm just going to quickly check who I picked. Simon Mikhailovov. Him.
Simeon Mihailov.
Mihailov. Yeah. That's what I said. You must.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say it just for fun.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing. No shade on you, obviously. No.
And Lewis has spammed my picks. Yeah, I went for Russ Fowler and Am. The Pro-Am, I just blanked it. But then I just looked at recent results and Mihailov, I think he's sitting like 3rd or 4th in the championship. So again, I went for that sort of pick. Russ Fowler, I think, is 2nd in the championship. But I mean, I assume in Pro-Am you've gone for Sirakov or his name?
Sikorsky.
Yeah, Sikorsky.
No.
Oh.
I went for Stephen Hurd. I'm a big Stephen Hurd fanatic. And Lucas Figbiner for amateurs. So best of luck to them.
Yeah, I have made the pick. The one man to stop Moon. Sorry, kill Moon. That's my pick.
Sure.
That was brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Back at Thuxton. So, yes, we'll see how he can get on. There's not going to be any rain. Well, there's a 1% chance of rain. Anything else you wanted to say before we turn this off?
No, exciting times. Obviously, we mentioned this pretty much the end of every podcast, but I'm excited for the fall. I'm excited to see all these 1.0s. I'm excited to actually see we can compare the Rensport 1.0, the LMU 1.0, the PMR 1.0. We'll finally have a decision on, an AC Evo 1.0. Hopefully by then we'll...
Of course, yeah. I forgot. I thought there were 3 release games, but we got PMR, we got
Evo,
and we got Rensport. I forgot Rensport is being released.
Yeah,
in the fall as
there's
well.
probably another
That's
one
the
we're
other
not thinking of. Obviously NASCAR.
Oh, obviously NASCAR. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to be crazy after that. Like, what the hell are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
2.0s?
Sim racing games are done. It's over.
They're finished.
These are the ones. I mean, no games get. Oh, yeah. We now have games which last for 10, 15 years, right? So maybe that will be it.
The big story, the biggest story we've ever covered would be the Gran Turismo PC release.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that would be insane.
Mm.
But it ain't going to happen. They wouldn't sell PlayStations.
You don't think, you don't think like Xbox releasing their games on PlayStation will make them consider, well, you know what, actually, let's just sell more.
No, see, Xbox doesn't need to sell because Microsoft has the operating system. Microsoft has Windows Gaming. So this is probably one last hurrah. Sell their game, keep the studio alive. But Xbox means nothing to them anymore. Obviously, they want to sell the Game Pass, but you can use them on PC. PlayStation only have the PlayStation.
Sure.
They don't have access to the PC world. they would have to go through Steam and Epic, and these are like 30% cuts and stuff. Like that's a huge, they're a multi-million-pound company. They don't have the PC infrastructure. They don't have access. But I call them PlayStation. The Sony name, I mean, it died, right? Or the camera division, the phone division, every division of Sony is dead. They make all their money now. People probably think it's PlayStation. No, the cameras on an iPhone. That's where their money comes from. They've got other places, but that's a big one. But I just don't see it happening unless they abandon. I mean, they finally won the console wars. I don't know why they would now step away. So we'll see.
Well, that is everything from us for now. But remember to recommend the podcast to any friends or family, anyone who you think would be interested. Listen to the podcast, of course, and make sure to subscribe to Apex Racing TV as well. But for now, from myself and from David, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.